यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्धृतं येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Sri Yoga Vasistha Nirvana Prakaran, the last half of it, and 22nd chapter. Yesterday we were discussing about the Vasistha ji was explaining to Sri Ramji of course, the definition of the being and the world and the absolute. The absolute consciousness, when identifies itself as something that is called being, individual being, universal being, and whatever he does, whatever is expressed by it or expanded by itself, that is called the world creation. That's all. And the way back is called moksha, liberation. Withdrawing all those expansions and being self-centered, forgetting everything and forgetting the identity is known as liberation. And that's how he was explaining to Rama. हे श्री राम जी, इस तरह के बोध से मूल अज्ञान का नाश होने पर अन्वेषण करने पर भी कहीं जगत भ्रांति अस्तित्व नहीं रखती और तृष्णा जैसे जल प्रदान नहीं करती, वैसे ही यह संसार में अंकुर नहीं पैदा हो सकती है। राम जी को वशिष्ठ जी समझा रहे थे यही बात। वशिष्ठ एक्सप्लेन टू रामा, or Ram, when this is withdrawn and forgotten. It cannot do any plague, any havoc, just like the water cannot do appease your thirst, which is seen in the mirage. It cannot do anything to you. And this we saw yesterday when the light comes in dark night. When light comes, we saw the reality. It was a rope, and the snake which was before seen by mistake. Now that snake cannot bite you, even though the darkness again pervades. The snake cannot do any harm to you. It cannot play any havoc. So we shall see today आत्म पदार्थ के साक्षात्कार से कटी गई अहम भावना दिखाई देने पर भी भीतर से संसार को इस तरह उत्पन्न नहीं कर पाती जिस तरह दग्ध कर दिया गया बीज अंकुर उत्पन्न नहीं कर पाती. So he gives another example for this. This world cannot do any harm to you, though it will be there as it was. It was not there. It was just there as a reflection or as a shadow or as a changing something, confusive something, elusive something was there. Now also it will be there, that illusion will not be there, clarity will be there. Clarity means the reality. Reality will be seen by the person who has cut down all its ego and all these, withdrawn all these expanded minus of I, the ego. He says, just as the seed is fried down or it is somehow it is roasted or something is done, it cannot again produce any seedling, anything. Nothing it can do. It will not produce any tree, anything. It will not again multiply into many seeds. Nothing can happen. But the shape and size and the appearance or the idea of seed is there. We see it. It is good for nothing, useless. Similarly, the world will be there, names and forms will be there, but its liability means its what we can say, as we took it as something, as living, or it has some effect on us, it has some influence on us, it creates pain and pleasure both, it gives us some feeling, some whatever we do, we get the result of it. Everything, we have some relationship with everything in this visible world. So that relationship, that feeling, its influence over us will not be any more experienced. Nothing will be there. It will be just like a forgotten snake. But the shape and size of the real rope is there. So that shape and size, these names and forms will be there. its influence cannot do any harm to you. It will not be cause for your bondage. It will not create any relationship with you. It will be there. The other example, many other examples we see. See, after subsiding the storm over the ocean, how do you feel about the surfacial water? It is calm and quiet, everywhere peaceful. And when it was stormy wind and rains, how terrific it was. Now the same ocean is there, same water is there, but it creates no terror in your mind. You are not at all afraid of the storm. Other examples say the earthen pot is broken, and now what happened to that inner sky which was there before, now also it is there. What can it do to you? Or the best we can do, the living lion in the dense dark night, cloudy dark night, living lion was before you. When it was lightning, you saw it is a stone. So where has that living lion gone? The lion shape and size is there. It cannot create any fear, any terror in you. It has got no influence. Similarly, the world will be there, but it cannot do any harm to you. Harm means no attachment, no bondage, no desires will be there to enjoy it, to dominate over it, to have it as yours. All these will not be there. इसीलिए विहित कर्मों का अनुष्ठान करने या न करने पर तत्वज्ञानियों के लिए कोई विशेष बात नहीं निकलती। ये कह रहे हैं वितराग मानसिक विकारों से रहित तत्वज्ञानी पुरुष चाहे कर्म करे या न करे, इससे उसमें कोई नई बात नहीं आती है। वो तो सर्वदा ही संकल्प शून्य एवं नित्य मुक्त होकर अपनी आत्मा में ही स्थित रहता है। Now he gives the state of a realized soul, how he feels, how in the inside, and how he does some actions outside. Whether he does something or doesn't do anything, that has no impact on him. Before also we have discussed it. He acts like a sleeping man, sleepwalk, or blubbering something in the dream. We see some people, they talk in the dream. They don't know what they are talking, but they will be talking. And they will be moving their hands and legs also. Everybody does it in deep sleep. Or if the mosquito or some bed bugs come over your body, the hand will go instinctively, it will remove it. All these limbs, they will be acting, but you are not aware of it. Or the children, they will be eating everything, drinking milk, in a drowsy condition, they are not aware of it. In this same way, the realized soul acts in this world. He has got no meaning of actions, neither doership, nor any feeling of doership, nor he feels I am doing something or I will get something, no desires, no motive, nothing is there. The legs are walking, let them go. He will be walking aimlessly, purposelessly, and if he is going, he will be going. If he is sitting, he will be sitting. If somebody asks, get up, he will get up. A child can order him. He becomes like a child. He becomes like a madman. He becomes like a stone. He acts anything, like anything, purposelessly, meaninglessly, without doership. He has no ego as I am doing something, for something. Nothing will be there. हिंदी में कहावत है ना, जिसके मन में राम बसे फिर वो कुछ कर्म करे न करे रे. Whose mind is always thinking of Lord Ram. Where Ram is established in the heart, that person, whether he does something or doesn't do anything, whether he hatvapi sa iman loka na hanti na nivadhyate, such a person, if he kills the whole world, neither he is a killer, nor he will be punished. Other examples also we see the soldiers, they fight for the country, they die for the country, they kill for the country. They are never brought into court. Why you have killed 100 persons? No. On the other hand, they will be rewarded with, yes, you have done a good thing. So such person will be rewarded by the upper government, upper president. हाँ, प्रेसिडेंट का ये क्या हुआ, राष्ट्रपति पुरस्कार मिला है इसको, हाँ, भारत रत्न. हे दे चिंतामणि, दे कामधेनु, सबके लिए कल्प वृक्ष है, सबके लिए वो टाइटल मिलेगा, भगवान टाइटल देंगे, भक्त शिरोमणि. हाँ जी, योगी राज. क्या क्या टाइटल मिल जाता है, दुनिया वाले सब बोलते हैं अरे रमण और महर्षि रमण, महर्षि टाइटल मिलेगा. उनको उसमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, महर्षि कहो या गधा कहो, nothing happens to him. Titles are only some titles. It has got no impact on them. But yet they will be rewarded with. बीतराग मानसिक विकारों के रहित तत्वज्ञानी पुरुष चाहे कर्म करे या ना करे, इससे इसमें कोई नई बात नहीं आती है. वह तो सर्वदा ही संकल्प शून्य एवं नित्य मुक्त होकर अपनी आत्मा में ही स्थित रहता है। आत्मा रामो भवति। He enjoys the self within himself. He enjoys the self. The presence he enjoys. And outwardly, whether he does something or not, that doesn't has any meaning. मन युक्त हठ योगी, मन युक्त हठ योगी लोग शांति आदि गुणों के कारण अपनी आत्मा में क्यों नहीं स्थित रहते हैं? हठ योगी इस आशंका पर कहते हैं। नाउ we shall see other aspects of yogis. Yogi, one who is engaged in the process of communion with the Absolute. One who has communed already. He is a Siddha yogi, and who is in the process, he is also called yogi. Just as a child who is admitted in LKG or KG, he is also a student, and who is doing PhD, doctorate in the college, he is also a student. All are students, but difference is there. Similarly, yogi, everybody who is trying to practice yoga, he is called also a yogi. But there are different stages, different phases of their achievement, success. In this way, many kinds of yogis we find. Hatha yogi is one among them. Say Bhakta yoga, Bhakti yoga, Bhakta yogi, Raj yogi, Jnana yogi, Tantra yogi, Mantra yogi, or so many kinds of yogis are there. Prana yogi. So Hatha yogi, one who is stubborn to do something until I don't get success, I will not leave it. We had a Guru Bhai, his kutia is there in Gangotri, Sardhan Swamiji. Sardhan Swamiji was such a Hatha yogi. Hatha yogi means he was very stubborn. Whatever he wants to do, he will do it. Whatever happens, he doesn't care. He was practicing Sirsasana for 3 hours. 3 hours means it is said, if you can sit in any asana for 3 hours, you get success. मतलब आसन सिद्धि होता है. So to get success in asana, in meditation, in pranayam also, kumbhak you must do for 3 hours. 3 hours is a mark, we can say. So 3 hours, if you can do one asana, then you are siddha, you have got success in it. So he used to do Sirsasana for 3 hours. And when he comes down from it, his face will be so big, full of reddish, full of blood. He used to take 1 hour, 1.5 an hour to come to the normal state. Slowly he will get up. After 1.5 hours, he will get up, stand erect. Such a Hatha Yogi. Some other Hatha Yogi, they stop the breathe also, not for 3 hours, for many hours, for days they can keep kumbhak. But they will not eat, they will not sleep, nothing. They will be just like a stone, Hatha Yogi. For 6 days, for 6 months, they can be inside the water, inside our earth, anywhere. Close them in a room, they will be there, sitting. ये जो क्या lama लोग, all these lamas, they also undergo very hard and very, you see, strong principles. They will keep a lamp on the head, tying some cloth. They will keep a big lamp on the head and they will sit for 21 days, 48 days, and it will be closed from outside. They will be sitting there. They cannot move, they cannot shake their head. No food, no water, nothing. Lamas, they are trained in this way. So many types of yogis are there. They are called Hatha Yogi. He says, Manayukta Hatha Yogi, शांति आदि गुणों के कारण अपनी आत्मा में क्यों नहीं स्थित रहते हैं? These people, the question is, why are they not established in the self? They do so much. They can remain without food and water, without shaking their body for 6 months, underwater, under earth. They can remain. Then why their mind is not established in the self? Why? Till now we were discussing, if the senses and mind and prana, they keep quiet even for 24 seconds, it is something. And 24 minutes means it is called meditation. Mind should not work at all. Means there is no mind, one thought. It has impact over the person. So strong influence. But here they keep quiet for 6 months and they don't get any kind of knowledge of the self. Nothing they get. Why? How? What is the cause behind it? Vasistha ji is telling, है जो हठ योगी शांत बने योगी लोग रहते हैं, योगी लोग रहते हैं, वे भी चित्त की उपशांति हो जाने पर ही भली भांति शांत हो जाते हैं, अन्यथा नहीं। क्योंकि उनकी भोग वासनाएं बिल्कुल मूल से छिन्न हुई नहीं रहती। इसमें कारण यह पड़ जाता है कि संपूर्ण वासनाओं का आधारभूत उसका चित्त तो बना ही रहता है। बस द सिंपल कॉज ही गिव्स यू, simple cause. You see, just before this we were discussing the seed, if is fried, it cannot germinate. Now, what is the seed? Seed is our subconscious mind, chitta, and it has all the impressions. In what way? In the form of potency or memories. Just as one seed contains the potency, the DNA of previous past thousands of trees and seeds, and future also, future innumerable trees, uncountable trees and seeds are present in a small seed at present, in one seed. Everything is there. In such a subtle way, all the impressions, all the possibilities, means potencies, are there found in one seed. If it is fried, everything is destroyed. Everything is destroyed. All the future trees and past trees and present tree, everything is, the whole forest is under fire. Little seed, if is fried, so everything is gone. So, if your chitta is still there, but it is in a standstill position, it is not moving, that is called stability, or that is also can be had by Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga means he knows nothing about the self. He has got no impression of anything beyond this body and mind and this personality. He knows nothing beyond it. So, in the way of practice, he can keep it quiet. So his prana, mind, body, senses, then are now under control, and he is in a standstill position. Nothing is moving. And subconscious mind also. But all the impressions are there. It is not fried. It has got that potency. Just as we have some seeds, we have forgotten in the storehouse. For 2-3 years we have not taken it out for the farming or to use it. It was lying there. So it was steady. But yet if you take it and put it in ground, it will again germinate. Similarly, these Hatha Yogis, they are not trained to neutralize or fry the seed. Sometimes we put the seed in some medicines, some chemicals, it will not germinate. And sometimes we may fry it. That is compared as these yogis, the Jnana yogis or other yogis, bhaktas, they have the idea of their own reality. This chitta is nothing but a storehouse, and it has only seeds. But beyond it, something will be there. These fellows, they don't go beyond it. So they have no idea the cause of all these, the primordial cause, where from this seed has come. They have no idea. हमारे तुकाराम जी गाते थे क्या, आदि बीज अकेले. And Lord Krishna also says, I am the giver of the sower of the seed, the primordial seed, I am. And from me alone, all these universes, they expressed and they again come merge in me. So in this way, some people by contemplation, by satsang, by other means, by the grace of Guru, they know something beyond this subconscious mind. Who is the cause for it? Who is the absolute controller and doer and enjoyer? But these fellows, they have control over the body and mind, everything, prana, but they don't know anything beyond it. So what do? They will be keeping quiet for some time, and that is called samadhi. Jada samadhi we say. Jada samadhi, or by hatha yoga they can do it. But after coming back from that state, again they will be behaving just like common, ordinary, worldly people. They will have all those impressions. They will come back to their desires and attachment, yours and mine, and this and that. Everything will come up again. Just as forgotten seed in the storehouse is taken back and sown in the field. So, such type of samadhi are not beneficial. It is, of course, a type of control. If we can compare it with deep sleep. In deep sleep also, you do nothing. You have got no awareness, nothing is known. Similarly, when you get up from deep sleep, again the same. Just like yesterday, you will start today. All the impressions, all the memories will be there. And they will start from where they have left yesterday. Similarly, these hatha yogis, they have their old memories, and they have all the worldliness, I and mine and attachment and all those desires, everything will be there. Because their chitta is not purified, that means it is not fried. All those impressions are yet there. Yes, not only these hatha yogis, you know, snakes, scorpions, and other frogs, such animals, and the polar bear and fishes under the iceberg and permanent snow, they will live for 6 months without anything, without eating, without drinking, nothing. They can remain. They have the natural knowledge to keep quiet for 6 months without eating, drinking, and doing anything. So, are they yogis? So this is how the hatha yogis, they keep quiet for a long time, but it is useless because the seed, that chitta, the subconscious mind, is not affected by it. It only keeps quiet, that's all. चित्त देह आदि रूप से जीव की जो एक रूपता है, वही ब्रह्म से जीव को भिन्न बनाने वाली और उसको संताप देने वाली है, और उसके अभाव में तो वह जीव ब्रह्म से अभिन्न एवं संताप शून्य ही बना रहता है। जीव ज्ञानी शोधित त्वम पदार्थ मूर्ति शून्य चित्त देह आदि स्वरूप न हुआ एवं शुद्ध चैतन्य प्रकाश रूप बनकर ही परमात्मा के साथ एकता प्राप्त करने के लिए योग्य हो जाता है। वही जीव अन्य होता हुआ भी उस परमात्मा से ऐसे अनन्य है जैसे मध्याह्न काल में सूर्य का आतप सूर्य से अनन्य है। Now he gives the explanation of it. He gives the explanation, analytical explanation. You see, a being, we are all beings, say a living being or a human being. Let us take it as human being. What are we? If we identify a being, what will be the definition? What will be the definition of the ID? How is he? He is one, of course, but it is a one group. It is a group only. I means this I is a group. I means my name. My name means some ID, sound is there. I means I have a form also. My body, my size and shape, and my linings of my body, outer body, And I have some parts of body also, we call it senses, and some senses are able to collect some information, we call it five senses of knowledge, and some other senses, parts of the body, they do some actions without any awareness, so they are called five senses of actions. And prana is there which give momentum to all the parts of the body, including the network of nerve system which controls the body actions everywhere over the body, inside, outside, everywhere, and the bone skeleton which holds the body, so-called body, some flesh and some everything. And philosophically we have got five seeds, five layers of our physical body and subtle body. And from other angle, I means I have three bodies. One is gross body, one is subtle body, other will be the causal body. From different angles, when we identify this body, this person, one person, a being, then we see different things from different angles. In this way, we define the person, isn't it? And in that way, when we see mind, how is the mind? Again, mind is fourfold mind. Internally, it works in four ways. And that's how it is called fourfold mind, according to its action process of activities. It is classified differently as mind, intellect, ego, and subconscious mind. And prana, of course, is everywhere there, and it activates everything. So everything together is a cooperative society. One cannot stand without the help of the other. One is activated because of the other is activated. That's how it is a cooperative society. When one is operated, then others will start operating. That's how mind is prana, prana is chitta, chitta is intellect, intellect is ego, mind is body, body is mind, everything mixed up. Without the one, other cannot do. So now he says all these, including the chitta, the centered potency, which helps prana to prompt all parts to activate. Because it has the memories of the past, how to activate. कर्मों का सारा यादगारियाँ हैं, सारे मेमोरीज हैं, स्मृति है. That's how the chitta only gives the ideas to prana to activate, how to prompt. Somebody is sleeping, you want to wake him up and give some work. Our children, they come and they don't get up at the early morning. I want to wake them up and sit in the morning prayer. So I will call them. If they don't hear, yes, Swamiji, I'm ut gaye, but they will not come. I will put little water over them, or I will remove the blanket from them. I will catch their hands and drag them and make them stand out of the bed. Then only they will activate. They will go and wash their mouth, face and come. In this way, all these, if I do, they get up and do everything. I have to give them some prompting, some pushing. Do this. Similarly, this subconscious mind, it gives some ideas how to wake up this body, how to prompt this body, all the parts of the body to activate by the help of prana. And then prana creates it prompts the mind. Similar, same thing, everything is one, pushes the other, again the other, just like some machinery. One will activate the other will activate the other. In this way, the whole engine will work. Body also is like that. But in the root, the chitta is there. And it is the impressions stored of all our past actions, all the memory, the methods how we activate and what we get. All those are there in the chitta. So if that is there, if it is present there in you, in the person, then the person is ever rotating in the cycle, revolving again and again, again and again. That is called the world. In the cycle of birth and death. Birth and death means different phases, repeated phases in a cycle. Again and again, again and again. How many times, nobody knows. So the root is that seed, that's why we call it seed, chitta. As long as chitta is not purified or destroyed, purification means destruction. Why? Because it will be only one. And there will not be any mixture. So it becomes useless. In this way, these hatha yogis, they don't destroy the chitta, the subconscious mind, but they can have the stillness, the equilibrium of the body. By practice, everything can be possible. Everything is possible. You see in circus, what not the acrobats do. And even the animals, the birds, they do wonderful jobs because they are trained in that way. Similarly, these hatha yogis, they are trained by continuous practice. Chitta, जीव जो ज्ञानी मूर्ति शून्य चित्त देह आदि स्वरूप न हुआ, जो शोधित पदार्थ है ज्ञानी. He is giving some technical words. Jeev means individual being. But what is the jnani? A realized soul. He is also a jeev. He is also a being. But his personality, his being is purified being. What is purification? It has got no idea of manyness. Pure milk means there is no water, there is no other things mixed up. It is only one thing. It is pure oil means oil, the one oil is there. Purity means one only, no mixture. That is called purity. So our purification of the mind, purification of intellect, all these, what we have already discussed, purificatory process is called sadhana, our practice. And all these are mixed up already. So many things. It is a group work, teamwork, cooperative society. We have to bring the cooperative society on one person's head. That is called purification. All the persons will be retired and one person will be there. What is that person? That is I. Only one I will be there. And that I also cannot do all this, because it is the work of a society. So one person cannot do it. So automatically he will be tired and he will resign and go home. The society will be broken. That means that I cannot remain for long, and that I will disappear, and that is called the state of a jnani, a realized soul. He has no I. For some time he had the I, that I was purified one I, and that was witnessing the world, just as the person saw the rope who was seeing the snake on the rope before. Now he is holding the rope only. There is no snake. Even though there is darkness, once he has put the torchlight and he has seen it is not a snake. Once one glimpse is enough, and that gives you so much clarity. In that way, this jnani is a purified being. It has that I, but it is not capable of germinating, producing any sprout, nothing. It is fried seed. So वो कह रहा है कि शोधित जीव, it is a being, but a purified being. That's all. Our Gurudev used to sing always, serve, love, give, purify, meditate, realize. Serve, love, give, purify. By practicing all these, you will purify yourself. Then only meditation is possible. When the mind and body, everything, your ideas are purified, you have got one-pointed idea, then only you will be able to meditate. Meditate and realize the moment you can meditate, it is easy to know who are you and what are you, where are you, what, all these. Or else this I doesn't know who am I. I is third person singular number. It doesn't know who am I, what am I, where am I, when am I, what for am I, nothing it knows. So that purified I knows everything. And knows means it does nothing. Useless fellow. And impure I can do everything. Just as The ignorant person, they can do anything and everything. One who doesn't know the rules and regulations, he will do anything and everything. You have to walk at the left side of the road, but you don't know anything, means you can walk in the middle road or right side also. If somebody comes and gives you a push, you will shout, but nobody is going to hear you. You can do anything and everything because you don't know anything. Similarly, these ignorant, worldly persons, they do anything and everything purposelessly, meaninglessly, and whatever they gain, it is good for nothing, only sufferings and nothing else. And this fellow, the jnani, he knows, so he does nothing. He does nothing. This path is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. This path is terrific. I am not going to walk this way. Let me rest here. I don't want to go anywhere. He has nothing to do. He needs nothing because he feels himself to be complete by himself. He lacks nothing. So he feels himself as the whole total one, not divided one. So he feels no need, completeness or perfection. In that way, he has no need of doing anything. Whereas the ignorant persons, they don't feel that whole total oneness in them. They feel only partially of their own identity. So when you see your hand, then you see hand cannot walk. I need a instrument which can walk, that is called leg. In that way, if you see one thing, partial one, then you need all other things. When you see, you want to hear also. When you hear and see, you want to smell also. In this way, all these needs arise for an incomplete being. Who is complete? Who will be complete being? Who is everywhere, at all time, in all condition, is present, and he is present means he knows it, that's how he has the control over it, all knower, all controller, all everywhere present. So he needs nothing. That feeling comes to a person, a being, individual, limited being will feel that when he feels oneness with the whole universal, total, one unit. Then only he feels nothing to do. Because everything is I or my, so I have to do nothing. A king doesn't go to plow the field. Why? Because all the subjects belong to him. He can order. Without ordering also, everything is going on. Without ordering, his presence does everything. So he need not do anything. Just as the president of a country, when he is present, everything is being done. All the governance is going on. His presence is enough. So he doesn't do anything. He witnesses and enjoys. This is how the Jnani also feels, and he is one total being, that is known as the purified individual, limited, purified being. When he is not purified, that means partial being or ignorant being, then he will be engaged in everything and he will do everything, enjoy everything. He will be the doer and enjoyer, and he will be in the cycle of this world. वही जीव अन्य होता हुआ भी उससे परमात्मा से ऐसे अनन्य है जैसे मध्याह्न काल में सूर्य का आतप सूर्य से अनन्य है. He gives the example of the sun, just as in the midday sun, its light, its heat, its everything is centered in the sun, isn't it? When it rises, of course, we see different than it. When it sets slowly, we see its rays and other things different from it. But at midday sun, on the top, nothing is different from it. As everything merges in it in midday sun, similarly, this person, everything merges in him and he needs nothing to do. Though he is different from his body and his senses, his identity looks different from him, but yet it is not different. Just as we can say at midday, when March 21st or September 23rd, midday sun, if you stand, where will be your shadow? Will you get any shadow? 12 o'clock. No shadow, nothing. So, similarly, this person, he is one with everything, so he has got no idea of differentiation of his body and soul and senses or mind. Everything is one only. Just as at the midday, you lose your everything, your shadow, your everything. When you stand erect, you are one only. You have no shadow. Similarly, when he is centered on the self, so he has no sense of body, senses or mind, etc. Nothing is there, only one. All those group, they merge in one. आत्मा के उसी मूर्ति शून्य केवल चिदालोक स्वरूप का अनुभव कराते हैं. आत्मा के उसी मूर्ति शून्य केवल चिदालोक स्वरूप. अच्छा. Now he is going to explain the self-effulgence. Self-effulgence. How he feels. When one is one only, having no other, you see, what we can, just as some, you see Hanumanji, around the head there is some aura, isn't it? Like that, somewhere we see the aura of the whole person also. Aura. Aura is nothing but the light of the body is spreaded all around it. That is called aura. And that aura will not be seen in darkness, or if there is no light, somewhere we are standing and nothing will be seen. So he says, when this person feels oneness in all conditions, then that is called awareness. That awareness is known as the light. And that is known by itself, just as the lamp sees itself by itself. Lamp is not seen by other light. It needs no other light to be seen. That is called self-effulgence. One can see itself. The lamp needs no dependence. It is not dependent on other light to be seen by itself. That is called self-effulgence. In that way, one who feels oneness in all conditions, how he will feel? How he will feel? That is what he is going to explain you. आत्मा के उसी मूर्ति शून्य केवल चिदालोक स्वरूप का अनुभव कराते हैं. कैसा अनुभव होगा? मूर्ति नहीं. It has got, the light has got no form now. How it will feel, that light? अभी ये दिन में हम जो बाहर आलोक देखते हैं, उसका कोई रूप है क्या? हाँ, आए हम सूरज को देखेंगे तभी कहेंगे सूरज से ये आ रहा है करके. नहीं तो सूरज अगर कहीं ढक गया, सूरज को नहीं देख रहे हम, ये प्रकाश का कोई मूर्ति है क्या? जो प्रकाश में हम दिन में हम खड़े हैं बाहर, प्रकाश है, दिन का प्रकाश है, इसका कोई मूर्ति देखते हो क्या? आकाश का कोई मूर्ति है? Have you any form of the sky? Have you any form of the wind? No, because it is so subtle. It is subtle means subtleness shows its expansiveness. It is so expanded. It is present everywhere, so it is not limited in one small limited form. That's how we cannot see any form of it. So, if your God, whatever you understand about God, if your God is formless, He will be all-pervading, one homogeneous presence. Then only He will be formless. And subtle most, even subtler than the sky, air, then only He will be formless. Just as the sky has got no form, wind has got no form, fire, of course, it takes some forms, but that form also is not the same all the time. It is unconditional form. Water also is like that. Only the gross most, the earth will have form. or whatever is grosser like earth, just as our body made up of flesh and bone, it has got a form. The trees or the animals, birds, etc. All these have forms because it is gross. This is how your subtle body also will not have the form. Yet we have some ideas, it is eightfold body, some ideal form. Similarly, the causal body has got no idea at all. It is all-pervading cause which creates the subtle body, and subtle body again creates the gross body, so gross body will have a form. Form means limited. Limited or demarcated within some limits. That is called form. And this light, when it is formless, how it will feel? पुरुष के शरीर से बहुत दूरी पर स्थित सूर्य, चंद्र आदि मंडल तक चक्षु आदि के द्वारा गए हुए चित्त की जो वृत्ति है, चित्त के जो वृत्ति है, उसका मध्य में विच्छेद न रहने के कारण देह से लेकर सूर्यादि मंडल पर्यंत अविच्छिन्न रूप से अपरोक्ष चित्ती उसमें अभिव्यक्त है ही। यह वृत्ति देह प्रदेश तथा चंद्र प्रदेश में यद्यपि विषय सहित है, तथापि मध्य भाग में उसका निर्विषय का जो रूप प्रसिद्ध है, उसी रूप को परमात्मा का पूर्ण रूप समझ लेना चाहिए। Now we have discussed it many times, but he gives a little more explanation to it. See, we just discussed yesterday also, many times we discussed over it. When the moon you see on the rising on the mountain, last night it was so bright moon, beautiful moon. Tonight also, if there will not be any clouds, we will enjoy it, Purnima. So, see, when you look at the moon on the mountain, you know there is a distance between the mountain top and the moon. Everybody knows it. It is only given for to make the process simplify. You say, he says, when you see the moon, what happens? How do you see it? Little complicated to understand. How do you see the moon or sun or anything? Why only moon and sun or stars? Why not all these trees or distant mountain or somebody, some object at a distance? When you see it, what happens? We have to come to our perception process. How you perceive an object, the particular thought from your mind, say conscious, subconscious mind, from Chitta. When that vibration, one thought moves with some momentum, I have to see, I have to hear, I have to smell, with the being saturated with the 5 tanmatras. When the idea or the vibration starts, it gets saturated or associated with the 5 types of units, 5 units. पंच तन्मात्रा से मिल जाते हैं, मिल करके फिर 5 इंद्रियों के माध्यम से बाहर जाना चाहेंगे. They will be associated with different 5 types of tanmatras, the units of perception, and then one particular thought will go out of the body through particular, similar, particular sense. If it is a thought, one wave, if it is associated with a form, then it will go out of the body through the eyes. And then it will vibration, so it has to go on until and unless it is obstructed by something. That form will obstruct this vision. Or if it has gone through the ear, then sound will obstruct it, not the form. In the same way, 5 senses will go out. Go out means the waves will go out. That means the mind goes out through the senses grossly. And it gets contact with object what it needs. Eyes wants to see the form, the ear the sound, nose the smell, etc. So particular sense have association or contact with the particular object. Then it brings back the informations through that same waves, because it was having a momentum to go. So when it was stopped by something, then it has to come back, because that momentum is there. It cannot stop always. So it has to come back. So it is said, thoughts work as boomerang, the old Australian weapon. If it is applied somewhere, it will do its work and it will come back to the applier. Thoughts similarly go out of the mind or brain or our chitta and gets associated with the object. That means it serves the purpose of its going out, and when it gets obstructed, it has to come back to this source again. Yes. So this is called perception theory, isn't it? But when we see something at a distance, or hear something, or smell something, what happens actually? This process, do you feel this process? Everybody sees, hears and does everything, but do you see the process? How these vibrations are going and traveling? Do you see the rays of light traveling? You don't see it, but it travels. It has the momentum, so it has to go. unless and until it is obstructed by something. If it is not obstructed, it will go on for eternity. There is no end to the space. Space is limitless. So it will go on for eternity. When it is obstructed, then it has to move in different direction. That's why he says, when we see a object, whatever object it may be, when we see an object, that object and our sense has got a distance, isn't it? Everybody knows, from our eyes till the object, say it is a tree or the mountain or the moon or the sun, whatever. We give the distant object to have clarity, easy to understand. When I see the moon, my eyesight means the vibration. It goes till the moon and then it comes back. How much time it takes? Are you aware of it when you see the moon? No. But awareness is there. Because you see the moon, isn't it? The distance you are not aware. You have the idea, I have to see. That idea is within you. And when you see the object, then you identify it as a moon or you name it something. And between these two objects, yourself, your mind starting from the sense and reaching the object, between these there is a distance. Just as we discussed the sandhya, between two, every two it will have a gap. That gap is what? It is both way. Yesterday I was showing it. This gap is both way. The background is visible and also it is invisible. The background, the whiteness is visible and again it is hidden. Again visible, again hidden. So how do you know between two white spots what is there? Whether the whiteness is continued or discontinued. How do you define it? How do you understand it? When you don't see the white, how do you understand it? Is it not there? It is there, but it is not seen, isn't it? That is why we use the word hidden. The white is continuous. It is there, but it is not seen. So in between two whites, what do you see? Obstruction. Or it is invisible, again visible, again invisible. That's how the gap has two things. Here in this gap, in this yellow you see and white is there which is not seen. Understood now? Background is not seen, but it is there. And it is hidden by something else. So gap means both are there. Understood now? Presence is there, absence also is there. Whatever you see, the presence is there and absence also is there. That's how both are there. One is seen. See now. This background is seen between the two fingers, and yet it is not seen by the finger. So what we know, that unseen is there. You know it is there. That is called the real awareness, which is not visible, not aware of by the hidden aspect, hiding aspect. समझ में आ रहा है? अभाव, अभाव में भाव है. अभाव cannot be there. It cannot be absent because it is all pervading. The presence cannot be absent. It can be hidden. It cannot be absent. Understood now? There is no absence at all. This is what we understand by the sandhya, by the gap. Between the object moon and your eyesight, there is a gap. The gap which is not seen is known as awareness. You know it. You know there is a gap, but you cannot explain it. Can you? That is called awareness, and that is called the self-effulgence. You know it. It knows itself. If you think it still seriously and deeply, then it is understood. That awareness is there. The awareness of the distance, the gap between the two. This is why I gave this example. You know the continuity is there, it cannot be discontinued. But it is hidden by something. It is not visible to you. This invisibility is called ignorance, so-called absence, and invisibility is awareness and the absolute continuous presence. This is how God is invisible. The truth is invisible to our gross senses. And this is how Gita we saw, we were discussing. It is seen by intuitional eyes. Intuitional means subtlemost, purified intellect, which can have no distance at all between the two. Where is no distance? If there will be gap, there will be distance. No gap zone, what do you call it? It is called the horizon or the borderline. No gap zone. There is no gap. That side Pakistan, this side India. That line is so subtle, it cannot have any difference. One who stands at that zone, that awareness is called intuition. It is not that side. It is not the realization, but it is intuitional eye. It sees it. Other side is visible to him, but he is not in the other side. Intuition or transcendental, you see, intellect, many ways we name it. But we have to understand that state of our being. So that is what he is explaining us. परमात्मा का पूर्ण रूप समझना चाहिए, उसी रूप को परमात्मा का पूर्ण रूप समझे। निर्विषयक जो होता है, विषय नहीं। हाँ, he gives this point. From this we can get little more clarity. Between the moon and my eyes, is there any object between both? Between the two objects, there is no object. That's how the gap. Objectless state. Got the point, Mataji? Object, there is no object between two objects. Wording, that term he used. Objectless state. That is known as the gap between the two objects. Because there is no object, that's why it is gap. From this paper also we saw, the object is white, isn't it? Between two objects, between two visibilities, there is invisibility. Invisibility of what? Object. So that objectless state is called Sambit awareness, where there is no object. If there will be an object, then there will be limitedness. Objects are limited. Understood now? Logically. Objects are limitations. That is how object or being is defined. It has got demarcation. Moon is defined as it has got demarcations. It is not all-pervading. You are also not all-pervading one. You have got your identity. So in this way, two objects means it is identified or limited or demarcated. And between these two, there is no demarcations logically. No demarcating lines. The truth is unconditional, undemarcated. It is no being. How we define the being? Being is limited unlimitedness. The unlimited infinite when is limited by demarcating lines, then that is called being. It has become something. That is how it is being. And that's how we are beings. We have limitations. The unlimited when is limited, it is called being. And between two being, the unlimited will be there. Because it is not, it has not become. So there is no being. And which has not become, that is called the awareness, the all-pervading truth. कुछ कुछ समझ में आता है माता जी? हम इसे लाइन में कभी सोचते नहीं ना, ज़्यादा थोड़ा, इसीलिए कठिन होता है. We don't think in this line. Yes. So tomorrow we shall see it again. How does a realized soul feel and how does he see? He never sees the demarcating lines. He sees everything flat. Oneness. That is called equal vision. Boundaries are not there. He sees everything without boundaries. और भी हम इसमें समझ सकते हैं, हमारा आश्रम का बाउंड्री और हॉस्पिटल का बाउंड्री है ना. We have different boundaries between, difference is the hospital is different and our ashram is different. There is a first I had this land and then I applied for the hospital land for the hospital purpose. I got so different boundaries are there. Now, if the boundaries are taken out, how do you see? This boundary only differentiates two. If the boundaries are taken out, how do you feel? It is oneness only. Isn't it? When that objectivity is taken out, demarcating lines are taken out, what do you see? That is called self-effulgence light. That is called the absolute self. That is called self-effulgence. And that is the truth. That is what realized by the individual being who was once ignorant. He was dwelling in the names and forms. Now all these limitations have taken out. Now he is one with the absolute. All these demarcating lines are rubbed out. He will be just as he was, but only the lines are taken out. Say, all these alphabets are rubbed out by some spirit or something, some rubber. The book is there. Nothing is written. Book will be there without any subject or anything written in it. So tomorrow we shall see again this, how does a jnani feel within and how does he see this world. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnada Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasisthate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय. सबदा ब्रह्म की जय. सरस्वती महारानी की जय. जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय. हरि ओम.